How is everyone feeling this morning? Awesome. It's so good to have you here. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. We are a spiritual community. We are here to celebrate love. We are here to celebrate light. We are here to celebrate life. We're here to celebrate the magnificence that is this thing called life. And I'm so grateful that you've all joined us this morning. We're going to, start off the day as we always do with a bit of an upbeat tempo. So if you are able and you would like to stand up and move your body, please feel free to do so. Let's celebrate today. What do you say? Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the light in you. Feel the love you were born to be. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together. In the name of love. Yes, we do. And I am so grateful that you have all decided to be here. It's a good day. We had a great week this week with the yard sale. You're going to hear a little bit about that a little bit later. I'll tell you all about how that worked out. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit more about why we are here. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I love me and I love you too. Feel the love you were born to be. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together. Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love you were born to be. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love. Right. Doesn't it feel good to get the blood pumping in the morning? You know, most of my life I spent, as many of you know, I spent most of my life as a theater professional. And theater professionals, as Linda I'm sure knows, are mostly night people. So, you know, this kind of upbeat Sunday morning thing is a rarity for us. But I've learned to be a morning person on a Sunday. So once again, good morning, beautiful, beautiful humans. Welcome to another high-energy Sunday morning here at Unity of Tucson. One of the things that I like to say is you may not believe everything you hear today, but you will hear something you believe. That's what I believe. I believe that. And there's, what we speak here are what I like to think of as universal truths. And that's all we're ever really concerning ourselves with. And as we understand universal truths, we can put them into practice in our life to create the lives that we would like to live. So it's a practical spiritual path that we are on. We are a spiritual community teaching practical tools for a better life. That's what we are here to do. Does that sound like a good thing to do? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So we have a vision and a mission here at Unity of Tucson, and I like to share these each week and engage us to share them together because it is the vision and the mission that are our guideposts for how we move forward in the world. So would you share these words with me, the words of our vision? We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. And the vision, as I fall over, the vision is how we see the world. That's how we are, that's the goal, right? That is how we are seeing the world. That is how we are understanding our place in this world and what it is we would like to create in this world. Now, how do we get there? That's the practical part. And the mission is the practical part. And so we share the words of our mission statement, and they are these. Let's say this together. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. If we did nothing else but follow life with these ideas, I think we would all have better lives. And I'm saying that for myself, too, because, you know, I work at this every single day, and it's okay to be working at it, too. If you are new to us here today, if you're, first of all, if you're online and you are watching as a newcomer to our community, we would love for you to let us know that you have joined us here this morning. If you go to unitytucson.com/connect, there is a place you can fill out some information and just let us know that you've joined us here, and you get a response from me, and grateful to have you join us here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Now, if you are in the room and you are joining us for the very first time, we have a gift for you. So, if you feel comfortable with identifying yourself, we would invite you to stand up so that we can give you some love and give you a gift as well. Ross is going to come around with some gifts for you. Yes, grateful to have you all here. Welcome. And if you would remain standing for a few moments while Ross passes out those gifts, there is also something that we have that we know about you. Because we, as a spiritual community, we do our research, and we know, whether you knew it or not, we knew you were going to be here today. It's true. It's true. And so we have something that we have found out about you, and we want to share it with you. So let us all together, this community is going to all together on the count of three, tell you what we know. 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. Yes, you are. And I am so grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence with the world. And you know what? The reason that we know this about you is because we are all reflections of each other. And so it is something that we inherently affirm for ourselves. So let's say together these words. I am magnificent. And indeed, there is magnificence all around. Yes? Oh, so If you've been here for a while, you know we changed the service up a little bit, and I am so grateful to start bringing up to the platform our prayer chaplains each week. And today, with a reading and guiding us in our affirmation, and also with a prayer, please welcome Lydia Eisenberger.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I think it's better to be prepared, you know?
It's better to be prepared, she says.
I come from a military family, and they have option 1, A, B, C. You know, if A doesn't work, you have B or C. And that happened this morning. Okay, so the reading for this morning comes from Eric Butterworth's book, Spiritual Economics. And in his book, Spiritual Economics, Eric Butterworth shares a story about a man who is unexpectedly laid off from his job. So Butterworth writes that the man thought that all terrible things could happen to him that would alter his whole life. He was not really prepared financially for retirement, and yet he was at an age normally considered too old to get another job. I think we all have been there. The specter of lack, poverty, and destitution hovered over the horizon. Even more severe was the shock of feeling that he was no longer needed. He felt useless, through, and washed up. And then he noticed on his desk a spider, and he unconsciously brushed it off. Suddenly, he was watching in amazement as the tiny creature automatically spun a strand to bear its weight and swung gracefully to the floor. And the man began to wonder, why? If this tiny creature could draw forth from within himself a reserve of substance to meet its emergency, why could he not do as much? For many hours he sat, deep in troubled thoughts that turned gradually to creative meditation. Finally, the conviction came that the source of his supply, his security, was not in jobs or money or houses or lands, but in his oneness with the allness of infinite mind. He might be taken from a payroll, but no one could cut him off from the intuitive flow of his own mind.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Would you like to guide us in the affirmation?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our affirmation, you heard it.
It is there.
Our affirmation for today is, I am infinitely unfolding in more abundant ways every day.
Let's say that again.
Let's say that again. I am infinitely unfolding in more abundant ways every day.
And you know what? I think we should say it one more time and just see how it feels for you. One more time. I am infinitely unfolding in more abundant ways every day. That is true. I'm going to invite you to relax right where you are. Just allowing the self to be fully in the presence. For it is in this presence, it is in this present moment, it is in the here and now that these words ring true. And so let us affirm the truth and remember who we are in this moment.
Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
The magnificent creative source is expressing through and as all creation. Each of us and all people are aspects of the One. Today's experience is a blessed and divinely appointed time. Each of the spiritual travelers is here by divine appointment, manifesting as a full expression of magnificence. It is with gratitude expressed and overflowing that I affirm and faithfully acknowledge abundant good in our lives as we welcome the flow of abundance. And so it is.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know.
Thank you, Lydia. And now, if you would welcome Mary Alls to the platform today. Mary is our keeper of the flames. We engage in this ceremony, this ritual that I introduced to this community, with the understanding that for each candle that we light here today, as a representation of one of the world traditions, one of the faith traditions of the world, or religions, or spiritual ideologies, however you choose to understand it, that for each one that we light, we are recognizing that each one is rooted in a golden thread of love, that is at the core of all faith traditions. And so let us celebrate all traditions here today, first by lighting a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony, and for any seekers who may be unaware of the power and the presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are keeping open for them in our own hearts. And the final candle we light is the healing candle. This represents the healing of any circumstance that requires the uncovering or the unfoldment of the God essence at its core, for that is how we teach healing here in this movement, in the New Thought movement, that God is at the core of all that is. And so as we uncover that God essence, everything falls into place perfectly. And so this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. The candle here on your left is our peace candle. And we keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with the understanding that it represents the consistent illumination of peace in our hearts. And as we allow that inner peace to inform our thoughts, our deeds, our intentions, our actions, we create a more peaceful experience in this thing called life. And so let's honor this candle by saying together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. Are you ready?
No.
No? Sure you're ready. So as our keeper of the flames, Mary gets the distinct pleasure today of responding to some questions I have. Each week, if you're new to our community, each week I give homework at the end of my Sunday message. And I invite the keeper of the flames to reflect on how they put that homework to use in their life over the course of the week. So I'm going to remind everybody first what the homework was last week. Eric Butterworth wrote this: never allow money of any kind or amount to pass through your hands without blessing it, whether it is coming to you or going from you. That was his call. And so I said, this week, practice consciously blessing all that circulates in your life and extend that blessing to all the ways that form is circulating. So it's not just money, but it's also blessing health, blessing relationships, blessing your creative expression. Be a blessing machine is what I offered last week. And so, how's that machine working for you?
I struggled. I went home thinking, yeah, I'll do the candles, so I'm good. I can do this. This is easy. So I went out and I bought love stamps because I was going to put those on all my bills. And I sat down several different nights and I wrote checks to all the bills. And on the envelope I put, bless anyone who touches this envelope. And then I sealed it up, put the love stamp on it, mailed it. But then the other shoe dropped. Because I remembered that I am struggling with, I don't know if you guys know what Alltech is, but it's a financial aid for somebody who doesn't have anything, which my brother falls in that category. And the state helps them out with their finances. And I've been playing with this for 3 months, maybe 5. More like 5. And in order to qualify, you have to have nothing. You cannot have more than $2,000 assets in your name for anything. So in order to start the Alltech process, you have to be pretty much destitute. And then it takes 90 to 120 days. Well, in the meantime, somebody has to pick up all that money that you're living with. And in this case, it is my husband and I. And although we have abundance, and I'm never going to complain about the money that we spent, or we are spending to take care of my brother, it hit me pretty hard that I wasn't doing it with much love. Yeah. I mean, it's a big chunk of change because he lives in assisted living. And then he gets sick at least once a month, and there's a $1,500 ambulance ride, and there's hospital bills that are co-pays. So we're talking a chunk of change. And it finally occurred to me this morning
No time like the present.
Yeah, that I read a bumper sticker in the parking lot, and it said, God bless everyone, no matter what. And it said Unity on it. And I went, yay, this is cool. And then I realized that, wait a minute, all that money I spend and my husband spends on my brother goes for a multitude of people who earn their living that way. And so it is actually blessed. And he gets so much from it because he has caregivers 24 hours a day. They feed him, they wash him, they take care of him. And when he goes to the hospital, even though he can't pay for it, they take care of him. The ambulance ride takes care of him. And I'm thinking about all the love those people give without any selflessness. They just do it because they love to do it.
That is with selflessness.
That's right. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, my mind is not good. At times. At times. I have senior moments.
So do I.
But now I looked at it differently, and she gave me a most wonderful message this morning with abundance. And I realize I have the abundance to do this. Mm-hmm. And eventually it will all work out and it'll be fine. So I might be struggling with it some, but I'm getting there.
You know what? Here's the thing about struggle. Anyone never not have a struggle? You're not alone. And you have support from a spiritual community as well.
Thank
so
you.
just know that. Thank you so much for sharing today.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you. Thank you.
Namaste.
Mary Alls. And blessings to your brother as well. So if you're new, we've been in a fall renewal series. We've been studying a book here for the last several weeks. Today is the last day of that series. So we don't always just talk about money. It's just that kind of has been the tone because the book has been spiritual economics. But today, being the Sunday before Thanksgiving, there's a specific song that I really love to bring every year and sing it around this time. You'll understand why.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie in bed counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand.
that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. There are times I might feel pain. I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever stone life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I love that song. There's a lyric there's a lyric in it that I wanted to start off with today. It caught me in a different way when I was thinking about the song this morning, thinking about what I wanted to say this morning. The lyric is this: it's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more. It's okay to have wants and desires. I think a lot of times we come into spiritual community and they say, oh, the most blessed way to be is to let go of all desire, to let go of all wants, to let go, let go, let go. I mean, you know what? I want stuff. I want to have a great life. I want to enjoy life. I want to have things in my life, and that's okay. And we can all be okay with that, yes? Yes. And then the lyric continues, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. So here's the thing. I can want those things, and I can experience those things, and I can welcome those things into my life, but it is the gratitude feeling around those things that make it a quality rather than the quantity of stuff that I have accumulated. And that's how life gets better. You know, I talk about this formula that I believe I coined, the formula. Thoughts, I talked about it last week. Thoughts to the power of beliefs, to the power of feeling, equals the quality of your life. So the feeling, that feeling of gratitude, can exponentially change the quality of your life. And so today is about gratitude and about a lot of other things too. But, you know, we go into this week of Thanksgiving, and I think it's really important that we settle our minds and our hearts into this feeling of gratitude and not have it be just one Thursday every year here in the United States. And I say that because I used to live in Canada, so I at least got 2 Thanksgivings every year while I was living there. So yeah, gratitude. Now, ways that we can express gratitude are abundant. Today, I will tell you, I struggled with the topics today from the book Spiritual Economics. So just a reminder, this is our final week. This is week 6 of our fall spiritual renewal series, where we have been looking at the work of Eric Butterworth and his book Spiritual Economics. And today, have you all read the chapter yet today? You ready? It's the T word that sends a lot of people running. The T word being tithing. So he has a whole chapter on tithing. Now, he has a take on tithing that I appreciate and I welcome. I'm grateful for his take. But I want to start with this question, just in your own minds to reflect upon for just a moment. I want you to bring to mind an answer to this question. What is tithing? And see the feeling that comes up for you around whatever answer comes up. Because there are different schools of thought on tithing. Now, Edwene Gaines, you all know who Edwene Gaines is, or many of you probably know who Edwene Gaines is, yes? Edwene Gaines is a Unity minister, and her entire ministry, 100% of her ministry, is prosperity. She is the money minister. She's talking about money. Now, she defines prosperity as more than money. It is about also the quality of our life. So I get that. But she goes around and talks to communities all over the country, all over the world, saying, here's how you can bring more money into your life. And she has a very specific method for understanding tithing. She says tithing is giving back to God 1/10 of everything you receive. And she is firm in that. She says 9% is not enough. That's her point of view. Now let's juxtapose that with what Eric Butterworth talks about with respect to tithing. He wrote this: tithing is not an end, but a helpful means towards an end of living totally in a giving consciousness. And I hold this to be true in my heart because I utilize tithing in my own personal practice, but I don't require it of anybody. You get to decide what works for you. But for me, it was a helpful means to an end of a total giving consciousness that I live within now. I don't fear giving, and I don't fear receiving, and I choose to live in the infinite circulation, the infinite flow. That's what it's all about. So he titled the chapter, A New Look at Tithing. Tithing is not a law. Edwene Gaines would disagree with me on this. I don't care. Tithing is not a law. But we live within a law of circulation so that as we give, so we receive. So one Unity minister says that tithing, the practice of that 10%, is a necessity. And the other says it's a mean towards an end. And so I ask, who is right? That's a rhetorical question. Who is right? And it's rhetorical because whomever you believe is right is right. And there's probably going to be a different answer in the minds of every single person here and everyone watching online. You all have your own approach, you all have your own way of relating to the practice of engaging the law of circulation. And I'm going to encourage a deeper practice in that expression and experience of a law of circulation. Because it is a thing I believe that can change your life. Now, it's clear to me that whomever you believe is right has basis in the teaching. Because Jesus said, it is done unto you as you believe. That's the truth. It is done unto you as you believe. That is a fundamental tenet of what we teach here. Remember, thoughts to the power of belief to the power of feeling equals the quality of our lives. And so if we want to enhance the quality of our lives, we must address the beliefs and address the feelings and address the thoughts. And when we do that, we change the experience. Now, there are some people, certainly no one in this room, who think that tithing is a means to get. Because they hear what many prosperity principle teachers teach, and that is, if you give 10%, you can welcome back tenfold abundance. And so what that does is it triggers in our brains, oh, I can get something, so I'm going to give, and I'm going to give, and I'm going to give 10%, and I'm going to be really specific about giving 10%. That's the wrong attitude, I believe. I believe that is the wrong attitude. For tithing or giving is a way to train our consciousness to be in the abundant flow without concern about accumulation. It is about quality, not quantity. And that's what I want to keep coming back to. It is about the quality, not the quantity. Now, where we get into trouble is where the theme of today's message, the title of today's Sunday message comes from. We get into trouble when we live lives rooted in doubt. If there is a doubt in our mind, you know what happens? We have set the limit to our experience because we can only experience up to the level of our doubt. Doubt sets the limit. So if there is doubt in our minds as to the effectiveness of tithing, don't start tithing because it's not going to work for you. If there is a level of doubt with respect to giving, do not start giving to try to eliminate the doubt. Eliminate the doubt, and you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to feel the freedom to live in the circulation. And that is both giving and receiving. So doubt is a limitation. Doubt sets the limit on our experience, and you will never exceed the experience beyond the doubts you carry. That's the dance we're doing all the time. It's what I call the doubt dance, right? Because here's the thing, too. Nobody is completely devoid of doubt. We all carry doubts in some fashion or another about things in our life. Is there anyone who does not have any doubt about anything in their life? See, I knew it. Every time I ask a question like that, I always prove myself to be right in that moment. We all have doubts, right? And we shouldn't fear the doubt. We should be able to look at the doubt and say, oh, I see you. I see you, and I know how to address you. That's the power of spiritual practice, because it is spiritual practice that begins to eliminate the doubt, that begins to erase. It's like it takes the back of a pencil. Remember those? It takes the back of a pencil. See, nobody uses pencils anymore because we're all on Earth. It takes the back of the pencil and it erases. I love that. And then as soon as that doubt is erased, we turn around and there's another doubt. So it's a constant practice, and that's what, the joy in spiritual practice is for me, that we are constantly elevating our understanding and our experience of this thing called life. So, there may be doubts in terms of why you may or may not choose to be in a giving consciousness. So I want to ask you this question, just for consideration. I'm going to phrase it this way. Invite yourself to hear my voice as your own within, and ask yourself this question. What is the reason I give? What is the reason I give? And just see what comes up for you. What is the reason I give? And let's step away from any judgment around what comes up and just live in an awareness that the answer for some may have been, I give to get. But in that awareness, you get to decide what to do with that information now. Some people may have come up with this, I give because it's an expression of love. Love is the self-givingness of the Spirit. Love is the self-givingness of God to itself for the purposes of creation. And so all we're ever doing is engaging in the experience of love through giving and through receiving. What is the reason I give? If I'm giving to get, that may be something that I need to look at. And consciousness precedes action, not the other way around. It is not an act of giving that produces results of living in the flow in your life. It is the consciousness behind the act of giving that produces results. Eric Butterworth wrote, when Jesus criticized the Pharisees for tithing without love, he could have been implying that they tithed decimally and not spiritually. Decimally is tithing with quantity in mind. Tithing spiritually is tithing with quality in mind. So what is the quality of life you would like to experience? It's all rooted in your consciousness, the way that you are approaching and experiencing life in this infinite circulation. So, why and where to tithe? Now, I said I'm a tithing, I practice tithing. And I'll tell you why I practice tithing. It's just the easiest way. I don't have to sit down and figure out, oh, if I'm giving 8.2% of blah, 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 it's easier. I can say, I'm giving 10%, and so I just move a decimal, right? But I understand the purpose behind the tithe. And so that's what's really more important, because the purpose behind the tithe is the quality. So why do I tithe? Why? Because it engages that giving consciousness, like love. Like love, the more I give, the more I receive. Being in the flow. Where to tithe? Now that's a big one, because you're going to hear different people talk about different ways of tithing and what tithing is and what tithing isn't. I hold firm, this is my belief, and remember, I keep saying that I will let you know what my beliefs are, I will tell you what we teach. Well, the teaching around this is all over the map. So I'm going to just tell you what I believe personally. You get to decide what you believe. I choose to tithe to the place of my spiritual nourishment. That is tithing. And so I choose to give back, at minimum, 10% to the place of my spiritual nourishment. I also give to charity. That is not tithing for me, although it is a blessed practice. It is a blessed practice. Because if we are tithing to charity, we may be tithing and giving to a consciousness of lack or a consciousness of need when we are giving to charity. I believe that when we are tithing to where we are spiritually nourished, when we are giving to where we are spiritually nourished, we are giving to and through and as love. The practice, as Edwin says, of giving to God, the source of spiritual nourishment, is rooted in the law of circulation. And remember last week I talked about that law and about kinking the hose, that any place where we are fearful of giving or fearful of receiving, we have put a kink in the hose of the infinite circulation, and that will limit the experience. That kink is often brought about by doubt. So what is the doubt? What is the doubt dance that you are doing? We can dance with doubt, but the doubt will always set the limit. When you begin to see things from the high perspective, I was about to make a very inappropriate joke, but I'll be ministerial today, which is unusual, isn't it? When you begin to see things from the high perspective of the ever-presence of God's substance, you will be in the creative flow of abundance, which will bless your life with sustained affluence. What a great quote, right? And we can apply that quote. We can apply that quote in so many ways. As I have said every single week, this principle of circulation that we teach goes beyond money. And so we could very easily say, when you begin to see things from the high perspective of the ever-presence of God's substance, you will be in the flow of health, which will bless your life with sustained health. You can be in the flow of creativity, which will bless your life with sustained creativity. You can be in the flow of relationships, which will bless your life with sustained, glorious, loving relationships. This is all a part of what Eric Butterworth calls a new world vision. Are we ready to live that new world vision where we have want for nothing? I am. Because I still have wants and needs and desires, but I am open to being so acutely in the flow of the good that I don't concern myself with the wants and desires anymore, to such a degree that everything I need is always provided for me no matter what. How about you? The wholeness of you, the wholeness, every aspect, every cell of your being, the wholeness of you, every spiritual aspect, every physical, material aspect of you is universal substance. It is God essence. So if you seek to change your experience, root yourself in this idea. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. When we know who we are, we eliminate the doubt dance. We cannot not. Is that the way I want it to come out? We cannot be in a dance of doubt ever when we know who we are. But it is a path and a practice. And so that is the practice that we are teaching here. You can take responsibility for your own spiritual economy. You can take responsibility for your own spiritual economy, the way that Spirit is showing up and expressing itself in all facets and all aspects of your life. You get to take responsibility for it. And you know what? No one else is going to do anything about your spiritual economy. The power of personal responsibility is rooted in the understanding that you can change your experience of what no longer serves you. So if you are ready to let go, if you are ready to let go of those things that do not serve you, step into a deepened understanding of being in the flow, the circulation and the flow. You can be a leader, leading by example, and change the collective consciousness of this world, much of which is rooted in lack. You get to decide to not participate in that collective consciousness of lack. And your example can be a bright light unto the world. So let us complete our renewal this week by I'm going to offer up I'm not saying this very clearly. I'm going to offer up the final words of the book, because I think he ended his book so brilliantly. And it's just the way that I want to complete the time here. He wrote this: I am only one, but I am one. I can't do everything, but I can do something. What I can do, I ought to do. And what I ought to do, by the grace of God, I will do. That is a decided mind. That is a mind that has moved beyond the doubt dance. And I encourage us all to take that to heart. Peace and blessings to you. You are magnificent. So this week's homework is actually similar to last week's homework. Sorry. But rather than blessing the substance, I would like us all to spend this week wholeheartedly expressing gratitude for the people who serve us in our lives in some way, no matter who they are. Rather than a quick thank you, explore what it feels like to stop, pause, smile, make eye contact, perhaps even steal a glance at someone's name tag. Like if you're at Starbucks, do you ever look at people's name tags? I always look at people's name tags. So that you can include their name in offering gratitude to them in some way and say thank you. That's the homework. I think it's easier than last week's. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be easier, she says. Yeah, so spend this week in gratitude and offering up that gratitude and expressing it for all the people in our lives. I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are. If there is something that has come up for you, some kernel of truth, let that be present in your mind in the here and now as we settle into this completion time with this Kundalini blessing.
May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. I live in the full awareness of the One, the perfect power and presence of Spirit, which is all there is. There is no thing and nothing that is not Spirit. God, love essence, universal creativity. There is nothing but this infinite flow. And this is who and what we are. This is our core identity. We are this power and we are this presence. And we are living the life of the divine, recognizing it, calling it our own. But it is that magnificence flowing forth, the inherent magnificence. And so our lives are magnificent. I know this, and I trust this beyond a shadow of a doubt. And so there is that which is always, always affirming a magnificent life living in the creative flow. I affirm this for each and every one of us. I know this for each and every one of us. And it is with heartfelt gratitude overflowing from within, knowing that in gratitude, I am engaged in that infinite circulation at all times. And so I am grateful. I am filled with greatness and gratitude and thankfulness. I live in this flow, and I trust and know that we all do so in our own perfect way and in expression. And so I let it be so as I relax, release, trust, and know it to be. And so it is. Amen. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way Thank you. I'm going to invite Roberta Latham, our secretary of the board. She has some things she would like to share. She's going to stay down here, though. Hi, Roberta.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. Is this on? Can you hear me? Okay. Well, what can I say after that? I'm here to offer the opportunity for you to support Unity of Tucson financially. If you're online and watching us on your computer at home, on your screen you'll see various ways that you can offer a gift. If you're here in person, you know what to do. There are little white envelopes in the backs of the chairs, and you can offer a gift to support Unity of Tucson with love. And please hold your gift in your hand and your heart and bless it, as we talked about, and follow up on that message. If you'll please repeat with me the offering, blessing. I share this gift with love, conscious of the inner presence as the lavish source and substance of my supply. I am rooted in the assurance that this gift blesses Unity of Tucson, and I trust in its ever-present circulation, knowing its blessings return to me. And so it is, and so it is. As the baskets go around, feel free to move the body as we sing the abundant celebration. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give
having fun with you. It's so much fun. Aren't they great? I am going to hold firm in my conviction that we have the greatest band in the New Thought movement. Yes, yes. A couple of things to let you know about. Of course, we are having our pledge drive for your committed support for 2022 so that we can do some budgeting at the operational level. Knowing what you plan to give helps us make appropriate decisions. So that's why we do this pledge drive every year. You can fill out a paper form. I believe there are paper forms available in the foyer or the lobby. Or you can complete it online at unitytucson.com/pledge program. If you are looking to participate, if you can let us know, I mean, we're not going to stop people from making pledges after next Sunday, but if you can let us know by next Sunday what your plan for giving is for 2022, that will help us because I have to present a budget to the board at our December board meeting, and that's how I'm going to know what income we're utilizing for that budget. So if you can let us know by next week, that would be very, very helpful. Thank you so much. If you're doing your holiday shopping online, as many of us do now, you can go to Amazon.com or smile.amazon.com. Register Unity of Tucson as your charity. And as you shop, at no additional cost to you, an additional portion or a portion of each sale is donated right back to Unity of Tucson. So it's a great way to help support what we are doing here. Also, the 80 by 80 Roof Fund. We have 2 days left. 2 days on this campaign that we started so long ago. It feels like a long time ago now, but it also went by very quickly. Now, I want to let you know, I said I was going to tell you how the yard sale did. The yard sale brought in $5,500. Or I could be more specific, $5,502.80. But here's where that leaves us. We have remaining $1,649 to reach our $80,000 goal. This is a week of gratitude, and so all I can say is I am deeply grateful to this entire community for stepping up and really making this happen because, yes, we do need to fix our roof. We want to be able to take care of our spiritual home as it is a reflection of we take care of our physical home as it is a reflection of our spiritual home. So thank you so much for all that you have done. And I know, I mean, it's $1,600. We're going to make this in the next 2 days, right? Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. What else is happening? If you are interested in serving on our board of directors, we have a board election that comes up in February, but the nominating committee starts their work now, making inquiries. If you would like to consider yourself for the board, make an inquiry, send a message to me at revjonathan@unitytucson.com, and I will let you know what being on the board of directors entails, and we can have a discussion around whether or not that is a good fit for you. So please send some emails to me, my way, so that we can have that discussion. There are 3 tickets that have become available. There are 2 tickets, Molly is signaling to me from the back. There are 2 tickets that have become available to our group outing to the Gaslight Theater to see their holiday show, Elfed, on December 18th at 12 noon. If you are interested in those tickets, you can see Molly after the service. If you are online, you can take your chances by sending an email to Molly at mollyhnelson@gmail.com. Unfortunately, someone in the room might get them first, so I apologize for those of you who are online. But we're going to have a good time. There are 60 of us who are going. It's going to be a great party, and I'm really looking forward to that, so join us for that. Youth programming. We have a youth program here led by our Youth and Family Ministries manager, Chris Paxton. Grateful to have her here. We are looking for volunteers. We would love to have you join the team as a youth volunteer. You can sign up for that in the foyer, or you can email yfm@unitytucson.com. So if that is something that calls to you as a place that you would like to serve your community, we would be so happy. Our youth are important, and we're not. I always like to say, my goal with a youth program in a facility like this is to say that we're teaching self-reliance, self-respect, and self-esteem. And while we have a message that is rooted in a theology, we are not drilling a theology into anybody. That's what's really important to me, and so that's what I encourage our teachers to do, is to really look at ways that we can engage a deeper understanding and help the students remember who they are. That's what it's all about. If that is appealing to you, we'd love to have you join the team. We do have prayer chaplains in service today that are here to serve you. Sherry Hoffman, if you would wave, and Deborah Walker is also here as one of our prayer chaplains. They have purple shawls. If you are in need of a short moment of prayer following the service, please seek them out. They are going to stay here in the sanctuary, and you can just approach them, have a moment of time with them. Ross is trying to signal something to me. There is coffee available on the patio outside after services. So as you exit, if you go to the right, there's coffee out there. Also, we are looking for volunteers for our hospitality team to help make coffee each week. If that is a way that you would like to serve, talk to me about that, and we'll get you set up to do that. Okay. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to our entire tech crew, Wally, Don, and Greg, for your magnificent service, allowing us to be seen and heard, not just in the room, but worldwide. I also would like to say thank you to Mary Alls today for what you shared. Thank you so much. Thank you to Lydia Eisenberger for what you have shared today as well. It was a wonderful reading. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Roberta for guiding us today in our giving. Thank you, and for your service as a board member. I would like to say thank you to Linda and our sub today, John. Thank you for being here. And to Raphael, our magnificent band here. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for making your presence known here, not just in this experience of Unity of Tucson, but in this thing called life. Whether you're watching live or you're in the room, you are a blessing to me. I know you are magnificent, and I'm grateful that you are shining that light. So, this is one of our new options for our closing prayer. Let's say this together as we complete our time here today. I am one with the source that lights the world. That light surrounds me. I am one with the all-loving source. That love enfolds me. I am one with the all-powerful source. That power protects me. I am one with the omniscient source. That omniscience safeguards me. Wherever I am, source is, and all is well. And so it is. Feel free to dance as we close the day, putting a little love in our hearts.